Is it somebody right on my call? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Like time through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
I told myself I wouldn't do it. I was like, I ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna make me do it. But I'm doing it for the vine. No, I'm kidding. What I'm here to do today is Hive X Gavin. I don't know what you're doing over there if you're groups, but after Cat's Eye, I knew Saint Satine was gonna have a problem when Sakura joined the group, and I'm very confused why Lexie has now left the group. Saint Satine or Prelude, however they want to go by. Guys, this is a whole mess. Hive X Gavin, whatever sub-label you are, you just need to quit. You just need to quit while you're ahead. Cat's Eye is still somewhat iconic by mistake. So I need you to just leave it at that, because Saint Satine is already doomed. I don't want to see what's going to come next after that, because honestly, I grew to like the three girls, Samara, Emily, and Lexie. I happen to like them, and then Sakura joined the group, and then the little stuff that went on when Sakura joined the group, the little hate that she got. But then people got past that. I started to enjoy Sakura. She was really cute, so because of that, I enjoyed Sakura. So I was like, all right, we're going to be a group of four girls. We got a bunch of we got three girls that are legal age, and then we got a girl that is below legal age. So that is a bit confusing, but that's just how it is in the K-pop industry. And I think that's exactly why Lexie left, because Lexie is like, no, we were supposed to be an adult concept, and now we got a teen, we got a minor in our group. We are no longer on the same page here. But also, this is a trend for Lexie. She left Cat's Eye, Dream Academy, during their process before they even debuted. And now she has done the same thing with Saint Satine. So either this is a pattern for her, or this is really her standing on principles. I think she has separated from like Hive X Gavin altogether. I think she just said, forget the company, period. Please, girl, because I don't know what they're doing. And at this point, just run for your life from Hive X Gavin. I say that to everybody that's going to be going into there, in any group that comes out of there, because honestly, I am frightened and petrified by that group, by that company. But I'm, all jokes aside here, like they're worse than YG. I didn't think anybody could get worse than YG, but we have Hypex Gavin. Okay, so my grievances aside from how record companies manage their K-pop groups or global girl groups, however they want to be relabeling and branding themselves these days. But I'm really here to pull cards on Lexie, because I really need to know what is she searching for that she didn't get from Dreams Academy and that she didn't get from Prelude. Because honestly, she didn't debut with Saint Satine. She debuted with Prelude. So what is it about Prelude and Dream Academy that draws her in but then pulls her out? What is it that Lexie's looking for? Because fans, I am so serious. Like, fans are not surprised and don't like, there are fans that just don't like Lexie because they feel like she was going to do this from the beginning. That's why I said it seems like this might be a pattern of hers, but I'm going to look past it and deeper than that, because I really felt like she truly was going to give this group a chance. And then Hybex Gavin messed up and added Sakura. And then everybody said in the comments, what are they going to do now that they have a minor in the group? So because of that, they can't do a whole lot of things that they used to do before. They can't go out drinking. They can't stay out late. They can't do all this, that, and the third. So they really can't be a group for like a good, Sakura's 16, 17. So like 3 years at least. Oof, yikes. And they're all well above the, they're like 21, 22. So they're already legal age. And it's like hanging out with your baby sister in the sense. Like, no hate to Sakura. I love you, girl. But that's what it's feeling like. And because of that, I think Lexie just wasn't feeling that the vibes in the direction that they were going. But I want to pull some cards because I truly want to know, what is it that has gotten Lexie to leave groups? Because it's something more deeper than just, oh, this is a pattern. She's looking for attention. She's just doing that. You know, I really want to see, what is it about Lexie that she's searching for and she's not finding. Because I kind of grew to like Lexie, even though I knew nothing about her because I didn't really stick with Dream Academy that long. Because A, the show was kind of boring, and B, I knew the ending, and C, I was just kind of in it for the drama, but I didn't really want to see the drama. Once I realized how drama filled this show was really going to get, I was like, I don't want to see these ladies get more exploited than they already have. So because of that, Lexie, girl, what is going on with you? We have the King of Pentacles. I do like that. But what is blocking this King of Pentacles? Strength, foundation, 10 of Pentacles, past, Knight of Wands, ooh, crown, the Tower, yikes, future, the Page of Swords. You know, we started off strong. We really did with the King of Pentacles. And then the block being strength, like I said, we started off strong. Pun intended, just seemed like it kind of went downhill from here. So I'm just going to pull some cards to see how she feels. Oh, okay. Well, that was the main female and work in turmoil. Work in turmoil. But I want to, I'm sure she really did feel that way. But I want to see, how does Lexie feel about Hype X Gavin as a company? Now that I see how she feels, how does she feel about the company? Okay. The energy wanted to block me right there. Thoughts? A journey? Imprisonment? Oh. And then a gilded cage. I really like that, to follow imprisonment. Lexie sure got herself free from that company. So honestly, what do I feel about Lexie? This is actually really surprising. What do I see here about Lexie is that as the King of Pentacles, she feels as though herself, she has a lot to bring to the table. Visuals, I'm sure dancing, singing, everything that you need to be a K-pop idol, the charisma, the personality. So because of that, she feels like she's got that all going on. And then on top of that, she can fake the funk and put on a pretty face and put on a pretend face if she don't like you either. So she's really a good team player and co-worker in that sense. So with all that abundance, it's like she's the King of Pentacles. She's like the package, and she knows that, but she has the inner strength, and the strength is her problem. Her strength is having the believing and the confidence within inside of herself to know that she's that full package. Like, you know how you know you're the full package, but opportunities in life keep making you feel like you aren't the full package, because every time you feel like you're about to get what you feel like you deserve, it turns sour, it goes wrong, and it almost makes you want to question yourself. Well, that's exactly where Lexie is feeling internally, and that's where her mental, where it's like the Tower moment, where she just felt like, I need to get out of this company because they're starting to make me feel like I'm the problem, and I know I'm not the problem. So because of that, it was like, Hive X Gavin, you imprisoned me and I uncaged myself from you. So because of that, it's giving like another Manon. It's no cap. It's giving another Manon, like from Cat's Eye. Like, that's Lexie. You're mistreating my worth. I know I'm more worth it than that, and I'm not going to allow you to bring me down, lower me down, and bring my standards down. Especially and if it's out of my, and it's like those things that we know when you sign contracts, you have those thoughts, and it's like a journey. So you signed this contract. She gave it some time, like they said. This show, World Scout, has been pre-recorded and it's now just releasing. So they had to hide Sakura in the background for a good while before they could even show us Sakura. So she was already getting to know Sakura behind the scenes before we, as the audience, even got to see them as four girls. So because of that, now that they finally got to experience being four girls, now that World Scout has debuted and the final results have been in, and they can now unveil Sakura. Now that they can finally live out what it's going to be like, what it's like to be Saint Satine, she's realizing it's not going to turn out the way it's going to turn out. And also, where's the debut? Please tell me. Everybody's waiting for the debut of Saint Satine. Like, they've been prelude for so long, you guys. And now they're Saint Satine, and it's like, how long are you guys going to be Saint Satine before we even get a debut? They're more content creator and social media influencers than idols at this point. And maybe that's what Sakura was feeling, and that's why she felt like she had to get out of the group. She had to really give this some thought, because it started to feel like a trap and imprisonment. She was doing things that she felt like like the Knight of Wands. She was that knight. She was doing as she was told. You tell me to do this, I'll do that. We do this, I'll do that. So, she was that's a part of the game. That's what she signed up to be the knight, to be the pawn, essentially, to be a part of the group. However, it feels as though that knight finally got its wings and flew, because the knight finally had a realization that where the king, essentially, this king and this knight weren't seeing eye to eye. She was being pegged down to a knight when she knows she's a king. Metaphorically, of course, because we know she's feminine. But because of that shows that she has authority and power within inside of herself. And she was dimming her light down to be a knight. Do this, do that, run this, do that. She's like, okay, I'll do all of that. But then it started feeling like imprisonment and entrapment. Because like I said, they're feeling more like social media influencers than idols. And this is, again, not what Lexie wanted. So because of that, it's like, I got to finally set myself free like a cage out of a bird and become, because the Ten of Wands represents a legacy, a foundation. She sees the potential that this could lead in the future. However, it's all about, do I wait for that future? Because the Ten of Pentacles can also symbolize a crowdedness. Like, it's starting to feel like what she wants is getting crowded out, and everybody else's needs is becoming first and foremost. So it's like she had to be like the Page of Swords. I really like this evolution of Lexie. Like, we went from a knight to a king to a page. Like, we went from to middle ground to high ground, then to low ground. And that low ground symbolizes a starting all over again. I cut off the cord. I cut it off, the Page of Swords. I'm no longer going to be entrapped by Hype X Gavin and what they want me to be when I don't want to be that. So I finally set myself free. Everybody agreed that this isn't for me. If I have to say it's for my mental health, it's for my mental health. It probably was for her mental health, honestly. But all those different things to get out her for contracts, it's really, once you sign those contracts, it's kind of hard to get out of those contracts. So because of that, for them to, I guess she's still considered a trainee because she hasn't fully debuted. So it was a little bit more easier to slip out of being a member of Saint Satine. But still, I just wanted to pull some cards to see what was going on, because it is, I'm just going to have to pull some cards, because I just want to know, how does the other members feel that I am not trying to exclude Sakura from this, but I just want to know, because Samara and Emily have a history with Emily that goes back to Dream Academy. That's why I'm surprised Lexie left. I really thought that Sakura was going to feel like the black sheep, because she's like the last girl to be added, and she's the last girl to be added to a friend group that has already been through a trainee show together and has gone through leaving a company and being excluded. And now that they're like almost like the rejects. And now here's somebody who was like a winner of a show when they weren't winners of their shows and kind of joins their group, all those different things. So I'm like, I'm surprised that it's Lexie that's feeling this energy and not Sakura. So because of that, I just want to pull some cards excluding Sakura. Sorry, girl. But I just want to know, how does the other girls feel about Lexie's decision to leave? So first, I'm going to start with Samara. A message of concern. And now I'm going to pull a card for Emily. A bridge. Okay. That's very interesting, because they both feel hollow and empty. Because a message of concern, it's like for Samara, hearing Lexie leaving is concerning. And I don't know what kind of feelings that stirred up for her and how she feels about the group, but it almost seems like Samara kind of like took it a little bit more harder out of everybody else in the group. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with everybody's chemistry in the group, because when they were prelude, they kind of looked like they had zero energy. So because of that message of concern concerns me, because I'm just like, Samara, are you okay with Lexie leaving? Because here, looking at Emily, there's a bridge. Is that bridge burnt? Is that bridge going to always be open? Who knows? A bridge can represent the connection. It's always open. But that's what I'm feeling. It's like open-ended with Emily. But we kind of know how, I'm not trying to bring up any more drama that this group has. Because like I said, that's why I said, Hybe X Gavin, stop making groups, because I could talk about every single problem I have heard about Saint Satine / Prelude, and they haven't even debuted yet, and the member has already left. So because of that, it's just bad karma, and not bad karma, but it's just bad energy surrounding Saint Satine. I really do hope that the rest of the girls, Samara, Emily, and Sakura, can really knock it out the park without Lexie, not in the bad way, but just overcome these challenges that have prefaced them before they even got to debut. Like for real. I really want Saint Satine to make it out of the end of this. And maybe that's how Samara's kind of feeling, like, what's the future for our group if somebody has already left? But all that, I think, have I asked every question that I wanted to know about Lexie in this group? Because it definitely seems like when it comes to Lexie, is that has been a literally freeing experience. She now feels as though she can start fresh and anew, but with confidence within inside of herself, that she knows that she's worth it, and she's not going to dim herself down. Maybe this was a life lesson that she needed to learn moving forward, so that way she can attain bigger and greater things. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Lexie, Lexie, the ex-member of Saint Satine now. But as I always like to say it and keep it in my heart, Lexie from the girl group Prelude. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. It was kind of sad / somber, but really inspiring and positive, because at least Lexie was able to pick her head back up. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed that. So that shows that she has some really strong character and sense within inside of herself to realize when she's not being valued and when things don't align with what she truly wants. So at least she's somebody that out here that knows that what she wants and when she's not getting it, and when to leave it instead of staying in it longer than she should. So for that, I congratulate you and salute you on that one, Lexie. Congratulations. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I really did. Leave your comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And fan? Hey, let me know. If you weren't a Lexie fan, did this make you feel any different towards Lexie? I wasn't trying to sing her praises or anything, but honestly, it just seemed like somebody who broke in away from the shackles of Hype X Gavin and who was minimizing herself and had a wake up moment with this tower card once Sakura came into the group, once the dynamics of the group changed. It was a wait a minute, this isn't the direction I was going. And she was on the journey. She gave it some time. She waited it out. She really did. But she just realized it just wasn't going to go. So because of that, I hope you enjoyed all of that. And you know what I say before I go? Hype, hype, hype us up. Subscribe to us. And don't forget to thumb us up. Hey, sunflowers.